Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Hope all of you are good today for the Room Division Management 2 class. So, for today, I will pick up from what I left last week on Chapter 3, the staffing for the housekeeping operation. Staffing means selection and hiring of the new employees for the organization. And today we will go into the next section of the chapter, which is orientation, and afterwards we will talk about training, and the last part for today is the performance appraisal. So let me begin with the orientation. I guess the word orientation is not a new word to anyone here in this class. Orientation, or sometimes in other books they call it induction, is actually the process of introducing the new employees about the organizational structure and also culture. So in this orientation program, the new employees will be briefed on the company's vision, mission, working culture, values and philosophies, and also will be explained on the nature of jobs that he or she will carry on afterwards. This orientation program is basically can be divided into two sections. Number one is the orientation of the hotel itself, and number two is orientation on the nature of job or department orientation. So as you can see in the bold words or sentence in your slide, orientation program is significant to the first impressions that a new employee will have about the hotel. Yes, the orientation program should serve to create the good first impression from the new employees towards the hotel. Yeah, different hotel, they have their different brands. Different hotel have its different philosophies, mission and vision. So employees who are newly hired must be made proud of its new company, sorry, his or her new company, and must be made sure that these people are ready to work. Sorry, must be made sure that these people are ready towards making the business objective of the new company achieved. So a good orientation program is usually made up of four phases. Number one is the employee ability. This is in which the company will match up the ability of the newly hired employees to the department needs. So you as the new employees will be analyzed for which position or for which unit you will contribute the best, and which unit you will be able uh, to perform best. Next is receipts of an employee's handbook. So there will be handover of employee handbook in which all the policy, rules, regulation and employment terms will be stated in it for the employee's reference for any human resource functions notes. Next is tour of the facility. This is the third section or third phase of the orientation, in which the new employees will be brought for a familiarization trip to actually familiarize the staff with the facilities and also the different blocks of rooms and so on, so that this person will be able to answer guest inquiries about direction especially. and also for the employment purposes, because when you bring this person for the tour of facility, you will be explaining which block is for rooms, which blocks is for administration, and so on. So this is important information for actually this person to run the job properly. And also an orientation meeting. Usually the meeting is between the newly hired staff with the HR and also the head of new department, so that you can get to know the nature of job and you can ask any questions pertaining to the job that you are not clear. Next, the second part of today's lesson is the training. Once the employees are hired, usually they will be sent for training, regardless of the experience. Yes, the task might be the same. I give example, bed making. Yes, task is the same. They still need to perform certain type of tasks. However, the procedures might be different, because different hotel they will have different procedures. For example, bed making, even the bed making task is similar. However, the different equipment for bedding, they call it bedding equipment and software, would be different from one hotel to another. So regardless of past experience, certain types or certain degree of training still needed to start a new job. It depends on hotel whether they want to give the proper in class, or I mean the proper slot of training, or it is just the on job training. On job training means the junior will be paired with the senior for the training, so that the junior can learn from the senior on how to actually do things in the new place. First training of a new employee actually start with a continuation of department orientation. So the first training is actually you will be introduced to the department. You will be familiarized with all the workers in the department, what units are involved in the housekeeping, and who actually you will contact for any matters, and also very importantly, who is the immediate supervisor that you have to report to. And they said over here, you will be familiarized with the department rules and regulation, and sometimes certain housekeeping department will have their own department employee handbook. A systematic approach to training. Guys, look at the bullet number 1. It defines the word training. Guys, training may be defined as those activities that are designed to help an employee begin performing tasks for which he or she is hired, or to help the employee improve performance in a job already assigned. So as you can see from here, there are two types of training. Number one, the training is to help the newly hired employees to begin tasks, because sometimes you are very fresh, you don't know anything, and even you are experienced staff, you don't know how to do things in the new place. So in order to start the job or start the task, you will be shown on how the tasks are performed. That is the first one. Second one, training also is given for the reason of improving current job performance. When the manager found out that some staff are not really capable, some staff are not really productive, so they will send for training to improve the current performance. Alright, in hotel or housekeeping operations, actually I'm at bullet number 3. There are 3 basic areas in which training activity should take place. So there are 3 kinds of training normally we will give to the staff. Number 1 is training on necessary skills. Number 2, attitudes, and number 3 is training on knowledge. So this is a sample list of skills in which a basic housekeeping employee must be trained. For example, bed making. So in this training, the new employees will be taught on the specific technique on how to do bed making in this new hotel for him. So like I said just now, even the bed making is the similar task he did in the previous company. However, maybe the bedding equipment is not the same, maybe the software used is not the same. Software, what I mean by software is actually the pillows, the bed sheets, blankets, and others. All of this is called softwares in housekeeping. Next is vacuuming. So the newly hired staff will be trained on how to use the vacuum, because there are a few types of vacuums in housekeeping. We have the backpack vacuum, we have the wet vacuum, dry vacuum, we have the combination wet and dry vacuum. So the technique of using this vacuum and how to take care of the vacuum also should be trained. Next is dusting techniques. Dusting sometimes is simply by using the feather duster. You just do the dusting, but some other surfaces you will use the damp cloth for the dusting purposes. Next is window and mirror cleaning or glass cleaning. There will be specific chemical to be used and techniques, and how do actually you perform with the safety procedures. Next is setup awareness. Room setups, what a properly serviced room should look like. Next is bathroom cleaning. This include the tub and toilet sanitation, appearance, methods of cleaning, and results desired. So basically, bathroom cleaning, it will be the same procedures to all hotels. It is just that the type of chemical and also the range or different kinds of toiletries, or they call it bathroom supplies, would be different, and how is the arrangement and appearance in the bathroom would be different. Next is daily routine and orderly procedure for the conduct of the day's work, and also daily communication. Here the employees will be taught on how to actually take the report in the morning, and how to actually conduct the briefing, or actually not really conduct the briefing will be conducted by the supervisor, but how do actually they run how actually they will start the day, what is the procedures and so on that the new employees must follow. So they have to come for briefing, what time they have to collect the room attendant report, and so on. Next is caring for and using equipment. For example, how to use the housekeeping cart. Housekeeping cart means trolley, and how to load the cart, because you will find that in the housekeeping trolley there will be a lot of compartments. There will be multiple compartments for different types of guest room supplies. So you will be taught, or you will be explained on how to actually do the loading for the housekeeping cart. And lastly is industrial safety, how to actually use certain products, how to actually ensure the guest safety inside the room, including checking for maintenance of room and fire and other emergencies procedures. Apart from skills training, staff also will be given attitude guidance or training for attitudes. Number one is on how to deal with the guests inside the room, or for the public area attendants, how to deal with the guests in the guest area or public areas, I mean. Number two is how to deal with or how to report to department manager and immediate supervisor. How is the channel of communication and reporting in the hotel? Next is a guest room, how to actually handle a guest room that is in the state of great disorder. Yeah, sometimes you will find that the guest room is like is like you are visiting a place after a hurricane. You will see that the room will be very terrible. I have one experience when I work in a 5-star resort hotel in Langkawi. Actually, this resort has it private beach, and there's one time that when I want to make up the room is full of sand on the floor. Sands are everywhere on the floor, inside the toilet and bathroom. So it is also one challenge for the room attendant, how to deal with this. Next is the hotel and the company, how to actually to preserve the good name of the hotel and the company. And 5, 6, 7 is about on how to properly dress, the uniform and appearance, grooming, personal hygiene, because you as the staff of the hotel will carry the name of the hotel, and the uniform, the appearance of the staff become the tangible aspect of service. And then comes the knowledge training. The knowledge training is actually number one, the thorough knowledge of the hotel layout. Employee must be able to give directions to tell the guests about the hotel, restaurants and other facilities. So this is knowledge training number one. You must be well versed about the hotel facility, about the hotel products, how many food outlets and maybe bar do you have, and what are facilities and other business centers available for the guests. That is what I mean by you must understand the hotel product. You must be well versed about the hotel product. Number two, knowledge of employee rights and benefits. This involves the HR. And then understanding of complaint procedure. So if there is any complaint from the guest, so how do you actually handle this complaint? Can you you should know the new employee should know their limitation in handling complaint, and they also should know the power that is granted to him or her about settling complaint in the organization, and the long procedures of how to handle complaint. And the last one is the knowledge of knowing top managers by sight and by name. So this is the corporate knowledge that is very important for the staff. Everyone working in the company should know who is the owner of the hotel, who are the board of directors. Whenever they visit the companies, whenever they are visiting the hotel, they must be treated as the VIP, and greet salutation is a must from everyone to the top managers. Last slide for today, evaluation and performance appraisal. I think appraisal is not a new word. I hope appraisal means evaluation, so performance evaluation. Evaluation of personnel is an attempt to measure selected qualities, characteristics and productivity. So during the personnel evaluation or employee evaluation, you might want to see to measure actually certain qualities, for example the teamwork, the decision making skills, the leadership skills, and maybe you want to know certain characteristics and values in the inside this person, and also his or her productivity performance. uh, did he or she meet the standard of or the standard set by the management, or this person need to be sent for training and so on. So all of this evaluation for qualities, characteristics and productivity is actually done to to measure the performance and eventually result in uh, employment no will be result in human resource decision. Human resource decision basically refers to whether this person will be rewarded, or this person will be given any disciplinary action, or this person will be sent for improvement, like training, or this person need to be transferred for other units. All of this human resource decision will be made once the evaluation of performance is carried out properly. Certain policies on the use of evaluation should be established so that they are understood by both the person doing the evaluation and the person being evaluated. So yes, it is very important that the person being evaluated uh, made known about what criteria he or she will be assessed. It is considered unfair. It is considered unfair. It is considered unfair. I repeat it for 3 times. For the person being evaluated but not being told on what to be evaluated. So usually what the company will do during the start of the year, or during the beginning of the year, the employee will key in, or employee will be given a list of criteria to be assessed or evaluated, so that the employee knows what is the target given, what is actually the minimum requirement to be achieved, and so on, so that at the end of the day, during end of the year, or when the evaluation time comes, both person agree about the criteria, and if the person being evaluated is not up to the standard or not doing what is expected, he or she can be taken action on. So guys, thank you for listening to the lecture today. That's all for today. For the attendance, please take up tutorial chapter 3.2, and that's all for today. Thank you very much. I see you next week online. No. I see you Wednesday. Okay, bye.